Hello everyone! In today's tutorial, we are going to be crocheting my German shells blanket pattern. For more information, please check out the description box below. This is a paid pattern and you can find it on Etsy or Ravelry. To begin, my pattern calls for a red heart super saver, and you're going to need about 1700 yards or 900 grams. You will also need a G 4.25mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in ends, and a flexible tape measure is optional. Create your favorite slip knot. Insert your hook and chain 5. Slip stitch to your very first chain to form a ring. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through, and then through the loop on your hook. Round 1, chain 3. Now we're going to place 19 double crochet into this ring. 2 double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the second 2 loops. Now I'm going to place 18 more double crochet into this ring, and then we will meet back up for the slip stitch. Here is my work at the end of round 1. Now this chain 3 at the beginning does count as our very first double crochet, so you should now have 20 double crochet. And it does take a little bit of coaxing, but you can get all of these stitches on. Just remember they do slide when they're on that ring. So we're just slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 to finish the round. Now we can begin round 2. To begin round 2, chain 3. This will count as our first double crochet. Now place an increase into the next stitch. We're going to place 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Now we can start a repeat. You're going to place 1 double crochet into the following stitch and 2 into the next stitch. Then slip stitch to the top of your chain 3, and I can meet back up to show how mine is looking. At the end of round 2, you should have 30 double crochet. To begin round 3, chain 3. Then double crochet into the next stitch. Increase into the following stitch. 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Now we can begin a repeat. Double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and increase into the following stitch. Continue in this fashion all the way around and slip stitch when you get back to the chain 3. At the end of round 3, you will have 40 double crochet. Here is my work at the end of round 3. Round 4, chain 4. This chain 4 counts as our first double crochet and a chain 1. Double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1 and repeat. Double crochet, chain 1. When you get to the end, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. At the end of this round, you should have 40 double crochet and 40 chain 1 spaces. Here is my work at the end of round 4. To begin round 5, the loopy round, you want to chain 5. Then skip 2 double crochet and single crochet into this chain 1 space. To single crochet, insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Now we are going to create 3 chain 3s. So to do that, you're going to chain 3, skip 1 chain 1 space, and single crochet into the following chain 1 space. And just repeat that twice more. So chain 3, skip a space, and single crochet into the following space. And last time, chain 3, skip a space, and single crochet into the last space. So now we have 1 large loop and 3 small loops. Now we are going to begin a repeat. We're going to create a corner and then do our 3 small loops. That will be repeated until we come back to over here. So you're going to chain 5, skip 2 double crochet, and single crochet into the next space. Again, chain 5, skip 2 double crochet, and single crochet into this space. Now 3 chain 3s. Chaining 3, skip a space, and single crochet into the next space. And last one for me. Now we're just going to repeat this twice more, 1, 2. So we're going to create a corner, 2 large loops, and 3 small loops. Once we get back over here, I can show you how my work is looking, and we can finish this round. So here I have gotten to the end of the round, and I have 3 of these double chain 5 loops. Those are our corners. And now I just have to place 1 more chain 5 to complete the round and make my 4th corner. So you're going to chain 5, skip 2 double crochet, and single crochet into this last space here. Slip stitch into your first chain 5, and the round is complete. To begin round 6, the first arches round, you want to chain 3. This counts as our first double crochet. Then double crochet 9 into this first chain 5 loop. So you're going to have a total of 10 stitches into this chain 5 loop. Once I have that, I will meet back up with you. Now for this round, here are my 10 double crochet. You're going to place 10 double crochet into each one of these chain 5 spaces. Then to do these chain 3, I can show you what we do. We go straight from that double crochet and we go into a single crochet. So we single crochet into this first chain 3 loop. Then we chain 3, single crochet into the second chain 3 loop, chain 3, and single crochet into the last chain 3 loop. So this round we have 2 chain 3 loops. Go right from that single crochet into a double crochet and place 10 double crochet into each one of these chain 5 loops. Continue in this fashion all the way around, and when we get to the end, I can show you how my work is looking. At the end of the first arches round, you just want to slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. Here's what my work looks like after round 6, and you can see it does like to do this little bit of pulling up, but as you go it does flatten out. And what you can do is you can flatten it out yourself. So you watch me just pull like this, and there, see how much nicer it looks already. So that's what that looks like. We have 2 small chain loops here and here and here, and then 10 double crochet into each one of our chain 5 spaces. To begin round 7, the second arches round, chain 3. This counts as our first double crochet. Double crochet into each of these next 9 double crochet. Then we're going to place 1 chain loop over these 2 chains. So single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Once I do all of my double crochet here, I can meet back up so we can do this. Here are my double crochets all finished, and of course if you count that chain 3 at the beginning, we now have 10 double crochet. Now we're going to go right from that double crochet and single crochet into this first chain 3 loop. Chain 3 and single crochet into the last chain 3 loop. So now we're down to 1 chain 3 loop. Go right from that single crochet and double crochet these next 20 stitches. 1 double crochet into each stitch. So just again, we're going right from the double crochet into a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, right into more double crochets. And you're going to cross those valleys this way for these 3 spaces. Once we get back over here, slip stitch to the top of your chain 3, and then I can meet back up. And here is my work at the end of round 7. Round 8 is the chain 1 arches round. And this is my favorite round because it's basically just double crochet, chain 1 all the way around. And when we come to these spaces, this is the only space that we don't have a chain 1. So your double crochet are going to meet up together. So I can show you how this is looking. Chain 4. This counts as our first double crochet and chain 1. Then double crochet and chain 1 all the way across here. Once we get down here, I can meet back up and show you what I was talking about with the no chain 1 space. So there are all of my double crochet, chain 1, and then once I get over here to this chain 3 loop, we want to just go right from that double crochet. As you see, I have not chained. So right from the double crochet, and we're going to skip right over here and double crochet into the top of this double crochet. So here also you want to make sure that you are going into your double crochet and not your single crochet right here. Then chain 1 and just continue in this fashion all the way around. At the end of this round, I will show you how my work looks. Here is my work at the end of round 8. Now the next 4 rows you are going to see repeat throughout this pattern. Right here where the arches meet is what I call a valley. So at this current stage, which we just finished round 8, we have 4 valleys. Those are going to continually grow as we add more arches. These are the corner arches and they're always going to remain the same. They're going to just grow out like this. And then as we go, there's going to be more of these because we're going to add side arches. So this next round is where we're going to designate where the side arches are going to go. To begin round 9, chain 5. Skip 2 double crochet and single crochet into the next space. Chain 3, skip a chain 1 space and single crochet into the following chain 1 space. We're going to make a chain 3 3 times. So there's 1 for me, 2, and 3. And here we are to the valley. So this is where we're going to add our side arches. This is going to be a chain 5 right here. Chain 5, skip 4 double crochet and single crochet into this chain 1 space here. Now make 3 chain 3s. After the 3 chain 3s, we're going to do the double chain 5. It's going to go up here. Chain 5, skip 2 double crochet, single crochet, chain 5, skip 2 double crochet and single crochet into the next space. From here, things are just going to repeat. So you're going to go down this side, and you're going to do 3 chain 3 spaces, then chain 5, skip 4 double crochet for that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 chain 3 loops, 2 chain 5 loops at the top of your corners here. And you're just going to continue that all the way around. So 3 chain 3 loops, chain 5, that's our new side loop, 3 chain 3 loops, and do your corner, 2 chain 5 loops. Once we get back over here, I can show you how my work is looking and we can finish up. At the end of round 9, just as we did for round 5, you're going to skip those last 2 double crochet after you've done your chain 5 and single crochet. Then slip stitch to your very first chain 5 to finish the round. Here's round 9. Round 10 is our first arches round again. So it's the same round that we did down here, and that would be round 6. So we're going to do the same thing, but except we're going to have these side arches. So these side arches, you're going to place 10 double crochet into these spaces, but then these double will look the same as this right here. Chain 3 for your first double crochet, and then double crochet 9 into that first chain 5 loop. Here I have 10 double crochet into my first chain 5 loop, and then we're just going to work over these chain 3s, and we're going to have 2 chain 3s now. So go right from that double crochet and single crochet into this first chain 3 loop. Then chain 3, single crochet into the second one, chain 3, and single crochet into the last one. Now go right from that single crochet and place 10 double crochet into this chain 5 loop. And remember for this row, as you are counting, to be very careful and not count this chain here as one of your double crochet. It's quite easy to mistakenly count it as you're counting across, like say here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then counting that as 11. But it's not, it's the chain. So again, we're going to place the 10 double crochet into each of our chain 5 loops, and then work over these sets of 3 chains with 2 chains. Here is the end of round 10 complete. Round 11, or second arches round, is going to be very similar to round 7. We're going to chain 3 for our first double crochet, and then double crochet into each of the following double crochets here, and 1 chain 3 space here. So right from that double crochet, you're going to single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and go right from that single crochet into a double crochet. You are just going to continue in this fashion all the way around, placing 1 double crochet into each of our previous double crochets. Then once you get to your 2 chain 3 spaces, you're going to single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, creating 1 chain 3. Our side arches are going to have the 10 double crochet, and then the corners are going to have 20 double crochet going right across. Once this round is finished, I will show you how it looks. Here is round 11. Round 12 is chain 1 arches round, and that's going to be the exact same as round 8, which is my favorite round. And you're just going to double crochet chain 1 all the way around, except for when we get to these chain 3 spaces. Those chain 3 spaces, you are just going to leave out the chain 1. So the 2 double crochet are going to meet. Begin with chaining 4, which counts as our first double crochet, chain 1, and then just double crochet, chain 1 into each one of these double crochets. Once you get to the end, slip stitch to the top of this chain 3 here, and then I can show you what my round 12 looks like. Round 12, all finished. Now we can begin what I'm calling the block stitch. I decided for this pattern I want to do all of the block stitches in another color. So I'm going to change colors here. You definitely don't have to change colors. So I'm just going to be slip stitching with this new color. And to begin round 13, chain 3. This will count as our first double crochet. We're then going to place 2 double crochet into this chain space right here. From here, just skip 2 double crochet and place 3 double crochet into the next space. And this creates a block. And we're not chaining or anything, we're just going right from double crochet to double crochet. So skip 2 double crochet and place 3 double crochet into the next space. Even once we get down here, you're going to place a block on this side, skip 2 double crochet, and a block on this side. And I can show you how that looks when I get over there. Again, here's what it looks like after you cross those valleys. And this is my completed work. To begin round 14, chain 3. Now we are going to block into each one of these spaces. And we're going to create 14 blocks all along here. So of course our block is 3 double crochet. And we don't want a space or a chain in between each one of these. We just want them to bump right up next to each other. So see, I'm going from this double crochet right into my next double crochet. So continue in this fashion all the way across, and when we have 14 of these blocks, I'll meet back up. Here I have finished my 14 blocks. And now we can create a corner and also begin a repeat. So a corner is going to be a double block, which is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into the same space. So I'm going to start off with 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet into the same space. And now 14 blocks all along here. So that's going to be the repeat. You're going to double block and then 1 block into each of the next 14 spaces. And then once we get back over here, I will meet back up with you. And here we are at the very end. So being that this chain is going to count as our first double crochet, we need to complete that. So this is a double block in here, and we need to create a block, 3 double crochet, then chain 2, and because we have this chain here, we're just going to add 2 double crochet to it. Then just slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. And round 14 is complete. Here's a quick note for row 14. You want to make sure that you have 5 of these blocks on each side of this double block here. So here's the double block, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then as you go over here, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So between those 2 points, this is what this should look like. You want to make sure this looks like this, because if this double block ends up over here, say, this whole blanket will be thrown off, and 6 rows later, you're going to be having some major problems. So that's just that little tip for that particular row. Before we begin the next round, I just wanted to show you how my work is naturally looking. See how it has a little bit of ripple to it. This blanket does not lay exactly flat. Like, you will have to block it, and I don't even know, some yarns might not even block out completely flat. But I know that my original blanket, which is the white one, the longer it's been sitting around, the longer it's been like laying over the couch and doing stuff like that, the flatter it's been getting. So just keep that in mind. After round 14, you should have 64 blocks. To begin round 15, chain 3. Then place 2 double crochet into that first space. Block in next 14 spaces, and then you're going to double block into this chain 2 right here. Once we get over there, I'll meet back up. Here I am ready to do my double block, and just like in the previous round, the double block is the beginning of a repeat. Double block and then 15 blocks is the repeat. So I am just placing that double block so you can see what that looks like. And then I will, of course, continue with my 15 blocks. And then you're just going to repeat that at each corner. Double block, 15 blocks. At the end of round 15, you should have 68 blocks. Round 15, all finished. And here it is after I flattened it out with my hands. Here I am just finishing up round 18, placing those 2 double crochet to complete that first block. Now from here we're going to start creating the shell stitch again, or the virus stitch, or German shells, whatever you want to call it. And regardless of whether you are changing colors, you must snip your yarn here, because then we have to back up and rejoin it into this space here. To begin round 19, the loopy round, you want to join your yarn in any one of these chain 2 of the double block. So here I am just joining my yarn. I just like to grab a loop, but you can do this any way you feel comfortable. And now you're going to chain 5 for your first loop. Skip this block right here and single crochet into this space. So there we've created our very first large loop of the round, and it's mimicking this loop right down here. Next, we want to create 3 small loops, just like we did here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to create them right here, skipping each one of these blocks. You're going to do that by chaining 3 and single crocheting. Now I have to do that twice more. Now we are going to do a short repeat. That's what I'm going to call it right here, because we're only going to be doing it until we reach this corner here. So the short repeat is going to be chain 5 and 3 chain 3s. So you want to chain 5, skip 2 blocks and single crochet. Then make 3 chain 3s. Chain 3, skip 1 block, and single crochet. Now this repeat right here, so we're going to next do a chain 5, skip these 2 blocks, chain 5, skip 2 blocks, and then 3 chain 3s. And we're going to do that 3 times. So we've done 1, and then 2, and then 3. Once we get back over here, I will meet back up and show you how my work is looking. So here I have repeated that short repeat, and now I have, if you're counting the chain 5s with skipping 2 blocks, I have 1, 2, and 3. Because we're not counting this one because it is a corner chain 5. So these chain 5s right here are these right here. They're the in-between or the side chain 5s. Now we get to begin a repeat that will complete this round 19. You want to chain 5. Skip 1 block and single crochet into this chain 2 space. Chain 5 and skip 1 block and single crochet into the next space. Then 3 chain 3s. Now chain 5, skip 2 blocks and single crochet. So that is our side chain 5. It always skips 2 blocks. Then we're going to do 3 chain 3s. And basically do that short repeat again. So we're going to do chain 5 and 3 chain 3s all the way until we reach this corner again. Then we start this again. So chain 5, skip 1 block and single crochet. Chain 5, skip 1 block, single crochet, then your 3 chain 3s. And of course, then again your chain 5 and 3 chain 3s. At the end of this round, I will show you how my work is looking, and also we will just have a quick recap of exactly where everything is supposed to be. The end of round 19, the last thing you want to do is chain 5 and single crochet into that chain 2 that you started out in. Then slip stitch to your very first chain 5. Here is a quick little recap for round 19. So every corner is going to have 2 chain 5s. They're going to bump right up to each other, just like they did down here. Then along the long edge, you're going to have 3 chain 5s. So there's 1, 2, and 3. They're going to make side arches just like we do here. Now in between all of the chain 5s, you should always have a set of 3 chain 3s. So as you see, here's a corner chain 5 and a side chain 5. In between we have the 3 chain 3s. Then if you move over, here's 2 chain 5s and there's 3 chain 3s. And you're going to see that all the way around the pattern. And as long as you have all of that in place, everything should be lining up for your next round. Round 20 is another first arches round. So it's going to be this round right here. Chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. And then 9 double crochet into that first chain 5 space. And again, this round works over the 3 chain 3s with 2 chain 3s. So we go right from that double crochet, our last double crochet, and single crochet into that first chain 3 space. Then chain 3, single crochet into the second chain 3 space of the previous round. Chain 3 one more time, and single crochet into the third chain 3 space. Now go right from that single crochet and place 10 double crochet into this chain 5 space. Once that's complete, you just want to work over these chain 3s just like you did right here. So 2 chain 3s, and then each chain 5 gets 10 double crochet. Here is how row 20 is looking so far. So you see I have those 3 side arches, and here's my first corner complete. From here we just want to repeat this all the way around, and it's quite simple. Like I said, you just place your 10 double crochet into each of the chain 5s and then work over the 3 chain 3s with 2 chain 3s. Once this round is complete, we can begin round 21. To begin round, it is the second arches round. So it's going to be just like round 11, except we're just going to have more arches. So you're going to double crochet into each one of your previous double crochet, and then go over the 2 chain 3s with 1 chain 3. So single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Then go right from that single crochet into 10 double crochet. And of course our first double crochet is going to be a chain 3, and then I'm just placing 1 double crochet into each of my previous double crochets. Once this round is complete, I'll meet back up with you for the next step. Round 22 is chain 1 arches round. So it's going to be like round 12, where we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1 all the way around. And then once you get to these chain 3 spaces, you're just going to make the 2 double crochet meet together. So just like down here. To begin this round, you want to chain 4. That counts as our double crochet, and chain 1. Then double crochet and chain 1 into each double crochet. Once you get here, double crochet and then double crochet, chain 1. And here's what that looks like. Once we get back around, we can start the next step. Here I have completed round 22, and we are ready to begin round 23. Round 23 is a repeat of round 9, but we are going to have 4 side chain 5s. So as you see here, I have only 3. So here's my corner, and then 1, 2, 3, and there's another corner. So this round we are going to be adding chain 5s here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here I have marked off row 9 with a blue marker so we can just see what we did. So we want to chain 5, skip 2 double crochet, and single crochet into the next chain 1 space right there. Then you're going to do 3 chain 3s, and then over the valley here, you're going to make a chain of 5, skipping 4 double crochet. Then 3 chain 3s, and of course round 9 you did your corner, but you're going to do this all along here. Go ahead back and repeat round 9, and then once we've done that, I will show you how my work is looking. Here is round 23 complete. Round 24 is going to be a repeat of round 10, but of course we're going to be filling in these chain 5s. So there is round 10 down here, and remember we're going to be placing 10 double crochet into each chain 5 space and working 2 chain 3s over these 3 chain 3s. Here is my work at round 24, the first arches round and repeat of round 10. Round 25 is the second arches round, which is this pink marker here, this one right here. And we are going to be working over these same spaces, placing 10 double crochet, 1 double crochet into each one of these stitches, and then working 1 chain 3 over this chain 2. Here is round 25, the repeat of round 11, second arches round. The next round is round 26. It is the chain 1 arches round and repeat of round 12. I have marked round 12 with this orange clip. Here is my work again and round 26. Now the next 4 rows we're going to be repeating again. For clarification, we're going to be repeating rounds 9, which is the loopy round down here, 10, the first arches round, 11, the second arches round, and 12, the chain 1 arches round. I will meet back up again for round 31. For row 31, we are going to begin the block stitch again. Round 31 is basically going to be a repeat of round 13. For row 31, you're going to chain 3, that counts as your first double crochet, and then into this space right here, you're going to place 2 more double crochet to complete your first block. From here, you're just going to skip 2 double crochet, and into the next space, you're going to place 3 double crochet. So you're going to place a block into the next space. And you're just going to continue in that fashion all the way around. And of course, when you get over here, you're going to place a block into this space, skip 2 double crochet, and a block into this space. Once this round is complete, I will meet back up. Here I have finished round 31. To begin round 32, you want to chain 3. This is going to count as a double crochet, but it's going to be the last double crochet of this round. Now skip a block, which is this block here, and we're going to block or double crochet 3 into each one of the spaces between our blocks of the previous round. You're going to do this 34 times, and once we get to 34, we should be over here at this corner, and I will meet back up with you to begin the repeat. Counting this as 1, I now have 34 blocks right over here to my corner, and now we can double block into this next space here. Of course, place a block, which is 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet into the same space. Now place 34 blocks into this side of your blanket here, and then repeat this again. And then I will meet back up with you for the next step. At the end of round 32, you're going to place a double block into this space, but of course the second block will be completed with this chain as one of the double crochet. Now the next 4 rows are going to be very basic. Into each one of these spaces, you're going to place a single block, which is 3 double crochet. And once you come to this chain 2 space, you're going to do a double block. For the row starts, you're either going to chain 3 and skip a block, like we did with this previous round that we just did, or we're just going to simply chain 3 and 2 double crochet into that first space. Once we get through the next 4 rounds, I will meet you at the end of round 36. Here I have completed round 36 and cut my yarn, and now we can begin the German shells again. Round 36, you will have 160 blocks. Join your yarn in any one of the double shells, right in the corner space. You can then chain 5 to begin the first loop. Now don't think too hard about round 37 because you have already done it basically. You are doing a repeat of round 19. So round 19 was down here where we finished that first set of block stitches, and we began down here. So just like up here, we have chained 5, skipped 1 block and single crocheted, and we also did that right down here. Now the only difference between round 37 and round 19 is you're going to have more of these chain 5s at the side. To be exact, we are going to have 7 of these side arches. So of course we chain 5, skip 1 block for the corner, and then do our 3 chain 3s, skipping 1 block each, and then for the chain of 5, the side ones, we skip 2 blocks, and of course our single crochets. So the 3 chain 3s are going to be between each one of our chains of 5. So from here we're going to have a lot of repeating, and I just want to sit here and talk about it, and then you can go ahead and do it. So round 36 is this block stitch, and we had 160 of those blocks. After that we begin the German shell stitch again. And round 37 we just did, and that was chain 5 and then 3 chain 3s, chain 5 and repeat. So at the end of round 37 you should have 2 chain 5s at each corner, and then we will have 7 of these chain 5s, all separated by your chain 3 sets. Rounds 38, 39 and 40 are going to be repeats of rounds 20, 21, and 22. After that, we will have 41, 42, 43, and 44. That's going to be a repeat of round 9, 10, 11, and 12. After that, we will have round 45, 46, 47, and 48. All repeating round 9, 10, 11, and 12 again. Then we can go ahead and I can show you how we can do this beautiful picot edging. And again, your corners will always remain the same. To begin the picot edging, we're going to single crochet into this first space. Then chain 3 for the picot. And you want to slip stitch back down into this single crochet. And for myself, I'm going to come a little closer here. I like to grab these 2 yarns right in the front of the single crochet, right here. So I'm going to insert my hook from one side to the other, grabbing those 2 yarns, grabbing my yarn and pulling it through and then through for a slip stitch. Then you're going to just single crochet into the next space and repeat this. So single crochet into the following space, create a picot by chaining 3 and slip stitching, and single crocheting. And at the end you can just slip stitch and then sew in all your ends. As a quick little note, once you get over here to where the fans meet, of course we know that we don't chain anywhere here. These are just 2 double crochet bumping together. But for this finishing round, we will be counting this as a space. So as you see here, I did single crochet down in between those 2 double crochet. I hope you enjoy making this beautiful blanket. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking this tutorial, sharing the YouTube link with your friends, and of course hitting that subscribe button if you haven't. Have a lovely crochet day, and I hope to see you again in my next tutorial.